has never changed. And despite all the things, there's a lot of misinformation has been going around and some pretty shoddy journalism in the Express and others. We desperately want to get the government back on the case. And the quickest way of doing that is not while this legal action is going on, which I'm afraid has let the government off the hook, and they can't and won't make any proposals or have discussions whilst that's happening. And I can't see that legal action getting anywhere. It's also getting in the way of the Ombudsman, who I think is a much better prospect of coming up and saying, look, the government has got this wrong and you've got to do something about it. So we want to get back round the table with representatives from all the parties, and there are a lot on my party who support this campaign and very bravely have done, although it's not doesn't curry favour with the government to do that in the past. We want to get round the table with the Secretary of State for DWP, with parties, MPs of all parties, and say, look, you have a moral duty to right this injustice. Many millions of women who saved their insurance contributions in good faith, thinking they would have that pension there, don't, and it is causing really serious hardship for many women now, and that hardship has absolutely started. I completely appreciate that. So that's why when we did that consultation, trying to take in as many of the groups as possible last year and came up with a number of proposals, these were just a range of suggestions that we could then go and see how much of that we could get. But the principle is, everyone needs to be treated fairly, everyone has lost out, and the sooner this whole injustice is solved, the fairer it will be. So we want to be back on the case, but the legal case is letting the government off the hook, and that's why I say, let's drop the legal stuff and let's talk.
No way. Absolutely
okay.
No way.
Well,
no way.
We've had long enough before the
if you want to carry on the legal case, then fine, it's only going to delay matters. If you think it's going to come out with a result, then great. But I can't see that that's going to happen. I think there's a much better prospect of the Ombudsman coming up with a result that forces the government to make compensation available. But look,
They waited 18 months before they did anything.
at the end of the day,
Ombudsman waited 18 months before they did
Exactly.
anything.
at the end of the day, the thing,
At the end of the day, the government have done nothing.
correct, and the end,
Part of the government.
I am a backbench MP who has been lobbying and criticising and speaking against my government on this in 15 different debates every time. So me and a lot of other Conservative MPs. It's not a benefit, it's an entitlement. Look, those of you who've heard me and others before know I entirely support this campaign. It's all about how best we get justice for the women who have been affected. If you want to carry on the legal action, then that is your choice. I'm just saying it's going to delay things in my book. And we need the Ombudsman to be able to do their work as well. But look, we need a united voice. And I'm afraid it's the fragmentation we've had in recent years that has played into the government's hands and made it a weaker case. We need well, it clearly has, because that's why the government haven't done anything. We need a united voice.
They can do something. Boris promised us.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did.
Boris said on behalf
Whatever. What? Go on.
United. I'm not offered your week's off universal credit, £57 a month, because I've got £265 pension off the council. That's what I've got to live on. And I'm not going to go down there, go down there and do things and everything. £57 a month, that's what they offered me. I put my husband on dialysis for 10 years till he died. My mother died when I was 22, left me with the family. I'm working.
We're going to get wet now. Can I just leave this and say, look, whatever you think, and I know your disappointment now, our commitment to try and get this done, and if the government won't to force it through by amending a pension bill, which is what we've been lacking for the last 2 years, I commit to continue doing that, working across party. But please, please, let's try and have a united voice rather than beat up amongst ourselves, because that just plays into the government's hands. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. I hope we can achieve some support on this.
I know that you're on about